and then in there you can actually not do that. Oh fuck.
Swinging on and happy, hippie, yeah. Hippie, yeah.
What's up YouTube, welcome back to Whacked Out eSig. Today we're looking at the Ceravape Cerabis tank, and I'm happy to tell you that this is not your average subohm tank. There's a couple really cool features about this. It's not the perfect tank in the world, but it's different, and that makes me very happy, and that's why I'm reviewing it. So the main attractive point, I want to go over two of them. The main one for me at least is the juice flow control and how it works. So right now it's completely open. You can see the juice holes, I guess, where it's being let in. That closes it off. Also closes off the airflow. So even though the airflow holes are open at the bottom, all the tank is closed off, so nothing can get through. I can't vape it. If I want to open it back up, that opens everything again. But if I want to, I can close off the airflow separately as well at the bottom. So the juice is open, but no air can get through. Everything is open. I can vape it very easily. The other main point about this is the coils that it comes with. They're ceramic coils, but they use no cotton whatsoever. All of the other cotton coils I've used had either a layer of cotton around it for pre-built coils, or they were kind of rebuildable where you have the ceramic heating element and then you install cotton yourself. This one, they're pre-built coils, but there is absolutely no cotton, and we'll talk about that later. It's kind of gimmicky, but at the same time it's not. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go and look at that up close. So this is the packaging that the Ceravape Cerabis tank comes in. Take it out of the plastic shell thing. First thing you see is obviously the tank, and then this note here that says 1 ceramic coil is equal to or greater than 24 cotton coils. Now a cotton coil normally lasts me about a week, so if I was to use this for 24 weeks, the review would be pretty much redundant. So I haven't used it that long, but if that is true, that's really impressive. I guess I'll update at some point, maybe in 24 weeks, to see how this holds up. In the box you get obviously the Cerabis tank and then your spare coil. Now this is the ceramic coil that it comes with. There's absolutely no cotton in there. I'll probably go into this a bit more detail. I can't open it up, but yeah, you can see that's where the juice comes in, those slits there, which don't seem very big, but there's no cotton, can't really get a dry hit, we'll talk about that later. And then your airflow comes in through there. And very interesting design of this tank concerning filling and removing the coil. So you can see there is just a contact pin. There's no airflow from the bottom of it, which is cool. Underneath the main parts you get the user manual, which is relatively decent, all this kind of stuff. If you can see right here, it says lock ring, pointing to that. Doesn't really lock that I can see, but if any of you guys know what they're talking about, let me know. And then you get a bag of spare O-rings, you get a spare insulator, which is different, you don't normally see that, and then these kind of tops that you might be familiar with from the Aspire Clito tank. They basically both protect the tank and make it easier to unscrew certain things if they're too sharp or kind of stuck together. And here is the main attraction. So Ceravape, that's the only branding on it. You get these notches all over it. I think this is a very attractive tank. I really like how this looks. The drip tip, in my opinion, could be way better. It is a very wide bore and you do get insulation in it. But unfortunately, when you insulate drip tips, you can always see it on the top, and that kind of bugs me. Not the biggest deal, doesn't harm performance in any way, it actually improves it because the drip tip doesn't really get hot, but something to note. So your airflow, very simple, it actually stops. It doesn't click into place, but it does stop when it's closed, and when it's fully open, I can close that off and unscrew the bottom. And I really like this design because while this is all closed up, I can unscrew the base and pop out the coil just like that. Now the coil has that base to catch any excess liquid. It's not going to get liquid everywhere, and it's actually relatively dry. Okay, so that clearly is not a function of this, that I honestly didn't know. I thought it was the opposite. I thought that as long as this was all closed off, you could turn it over. Apparently you cannot, and that is a big bummer. Anyway, I'll put this back into there and we'll fill it up after. So this screws in very simply, and once it's in, everything is closed off right now. Even if I open up the airflow and I suck on this, no airflow will be coming through it, right? So it doesn't matter if this is open or closed, everything is sealed off. How you open it, it just pops open just like that. And obviously there's not much liquid in there anymore because voila. But you can kind of see where the juice inlets are to let in the juice, and this, it just looks like a really nice tank. I like this. It would look much better if there wasn't a pool of really delicious e-liquid, but there you have it. So yeah, this closes, it kind of clicks into place, and you know, just wiggling like that, if it's on a mod even, it doesn't open by itself. It does take some pressure, but it feels really smooth. And it's also weirdly satisfying to, when you're done with it, you just close it off, close the airflow, and drop it in a pile of juice. Close the airflow, and then you know that it won't leak anywhere. But obviously, if you treat it wrong, it will leak, such as this. So if I didn't need to fill it up before, I definitely need to now, and it's very simple to fill up. So this just unscrews, and it's a regular top fill. You can see how large and easy it is to fill into there. And I'm going to be using this crisp and milk. It's like a sugar crisp mixed with milk by Mother Earth Organics, MEO. It's part of their Crunch and Milk, French Toast and Milk line. Really good juice. I got this at CVE, and I will be reviewing it eventually. But for now, I'll talk to you about it when I vape it. So this is pretty hard on camera. This is on a big mod right now, but this does hold 4 milliliters of liquid, which is impressive. It's kind of a juice hog, but it's not as bad as honestly most cotton tanks. I guess as well, it's not absorbing any liquid into cotton because there is none. But there we go. So once it's all closed up, all you need to do to get it going is pop that open. The juice flow holes open up, you can see bubbles going up, and it's ready to vape. So let's go and do that. So that's the Ceravape Cerabis tank up close. We'll go over some pros and cons, or just the tank in general. Starting at the top, the drip tip, perfectly fine. I haven't had a problem with it. If I want to pop in my own drip tip, I certainly can. Looks kind of ridiculous with this tiny little drip tip, but it fits in there all right. That's one big thing that I just noticed. I'm not sure if you caught it on camera, but whenever I take out a drip tip and put it back in, it closes off everything. It's not a big deal because it's so damn easy to open up, but it's just kind of annoying when you're letting other people try it. I personally always let them use their own drip tip, you know, because germs. But yeah, it just closes, and it's kind of annoying. The top fill, pretty much nothing easier. It does spin off like any other, like a lot of other top fill tanks, but the openings are so wide that at least they mark it on their website, and I can confirm this. You can just pour directly from the bottle and fill it up. So that's a good point. And the tank holds 4 mils of liquid. Considering that this isn't too extreme of a vape, 4 mils is decent. I like going down that once this is open, you can actually see how much liquid is left, and that's pretty much the bottom of the coil, I guess. It's actually, it goes down a lot further, but for the purpose of wicking and viewing, you can see how far down the liquid has gone. Obviously, this juice flow control thing is really cool. I just have to note that if you just go crazy with it, it's probably gonna leak, and I'll be surprised if this doesn't leak right now from just doing that. The airflow control, very simple. It stops when it's closed, it stops when it's completely open. It doesn't click. I always would like to see airflow control rings click because I like how it feels, but not the biggest deal at all. And that's about it for the tank. Now let's talk about the coils. They market these coils as lasting the equivalent of 24 regular cotton coils. Now, a cotton coil lasts me about a week. Pretty much every coil I've ever used lasts me about a week. If I was to use this for 24 weeks, no one would care about this tank because that's how reviews go. But I have been using this for 2 weeks, and that's double the length of time that a normal coil lasts me, and it's holding up. The flavor still tastes the same as when I got it. Now, according to Ceravape, the ability to maintain the life of the coil is because there is no cotton in there, and you can dry burn it, which just means take the coil out, or at least the tank off of the coil, keep it on the base of the mod, and just burn it basically until all that gunk that's built up from the liquid is gone, and then it should be brand new. I haven't done that yet, and it's still been going for 2 weeks. I don't think I'm gonna dry burn this thing for the simple fact that I don't know much about ceramic in terms of the way that the canthal is baked into it. I don't know what happens if you were to heat the metal that much and pulse it that hard that the ceramic might break off or flake or whatever. I'm just happy that it's lasted me more than a week, because that's my main selling point for ceramic. I really like that it lasts me a long time. As far as flavor goes with ceramic coils, it's a different experience. Right now, the juice I'm using is this Crisp and Milk by Mother Earth Organics, and I really like this flavor. They launched at CVE, Canada's Vape Expo, and it's really nice. It's sugar crisp and cereal. If you imagine a coffee crisp, sorry, not in cereal, in milk. If you imagine a coffee crisp, it's basically a coffee crisp without the coffee, so it's just like a sugary wafer flavor dipped in milk. It's really nice, but in this tank, and I've noticed that anything that's not fruit, specifically in this tank, but also with generally other ceramic coils, from memory, just based off memory, they don't work as well as fruits in ceramic. I'm not sure why. They give off kind of a metallic taste, which kind of worrying, but at the same time not really. It's just kind of understandable. There must be some kind of correlation between cotton and cream. My memory's full. I need to pause this and delete some shit. Okay, so where was I? The coils. Yeah, I am impressed and disappointed by these coils, because I like to vape a lot of flavors that are not fruit. I'm not that big on fruit. I more like the creamy, the desserty, the sometimes tobacco-y. If it's mixed with fruit, that's cool, but for damn sure, Bonogurt by 12 Monkeys, I put this in here and it tasted like shit, straight up. Yogurt flavors just horrible in this ceramic tank. I haven't tried it in other ceramic tanks, but in this it was just disgusting. But in everything else, I really like that flavor, so it's very strange. Nevertheless, this is vapable right now with the Crisp and Milk, and it's performing quite well. Now, the thing about having no cotton, they say that you're not going to get dry hits, and that's kind of true. The way I see it, you can still get dry hits, you just can't get burnt hits, right? So the way to distinguish that is that I see a dry hit as like the coil getting a hot spot or the cotton going dry. In this case, it would be simply the coil just getting too hot, and then you're kind of tasting like burnt canthal, which is not as bad as burnt canthal and burnt cotton, but at the same time it's not pleasant. But it's not going to get a burnt hit because there is no cotton, so even though it tastes kind of funky when it does go dry-ish, it's not going to wreck your throat and your lungs with that just hot, smoky cotton flavor, which is gross. So I think I've covered the tank completely. This is what it looks like in silver. I actually prefer the way it looks in silver. I do have another black one in the box, but I've traded that for a Wismec Theorem, which I am really enjoying, and the review will be coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you have any more questions about this Cerabis tank, leave a comment below. Please like the video, share the video, do whatever you can to support the channel. I appreciate everyone's support that has supported so far, and I look forward to keep on doing this because I'm having a great time, and I hope you are too. So that's about it. Links in the description for everything I spoke about. I'll see you again soon.